and journal share. I'm into it. So I just did something that I like to do to bust through fear and to express myself and to be the embodiment of aligned action when energy's moving me. And what that looked like was I have been in transit for a few days, just got to Romania, a little cobblestone street now, and I hadn't moved for a while, and I was walking around, and then I thought, I should dance. I should just move some energy. And listening to this energy and letting it move through me, I did a little dance. And I realized that, it's now, it's then and there, in the present. No excuses, no procrastination. No. So I let the energy move me, and I happened to be on a street corner where there's traffic lights and cars everywhere and a few people walking. It's still early in the morning, so not heaps of people. And I was doing my dance, just feeling nice. And then a few people beeped, which is like cool, like they're excited, like, yeah, someone's doing something weird, yes. And then some guys walked past and they were like, woohoo. So that was cool. And then when I finished, one of them's like, let's fuck. What? No. And I was just like, that's not very nice. He's like, what are you doing it for? And I was like, I'm having fun. I'm spreading fun and busting through fear. I'm literally moving through my own fears right now and expressing myself. And he's like, why you do it? To do that. I used to be really shy, and this helps me to like bust through my own programming and move through doubts and fears. And the other guy's like, okay, yeah, I get it, that's awesome, like cool. And the other guy's just like fully didn't get it, which is fine. Like, if you've never seen that before, it would be weird, and sometimes people aren't going to get it. That's totally fine. But what it got me to thinking was a few things actually. I noticed when I landed in Romania, I got a bit of attention, and it was because of my boobs. I don't wear a bra, and that's because the underwire in bras cuts off the circulation, the lymphatic fluid, and it can lead to cancer. So, I'm not gonna wear bras. Normally in Byron Bay, I don't even realize that it's a thing. It's just been my way of life for years, so I don't even realize it. And people don't bat an eyelid because they're used to seeing it. It's not a sexual thing. It's just like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, I think it's, as we grow more accustomed to things, it doesn't mean anything. It's not like, whoa, that woman is so sexual. It's just like, oh yeah, that's a woman. She has breasts. She's not wearing a bra. Meh. So, when I step out of Byron, I always get a rude little shock of people staring at me because of that. And I remember, oh, that's right. In the rest of the world, it's still a thing. And just have tended to kind of ignore it, like look down, look away. But these one guys were just like really rude about it, and I could feel like their energy was almost like domineering of women. And so I was just like, I just looked back and was like, no, I was like, empowered. Like, don't be looking at me and making me feel I have to be small and hide myself because of my feminine qualities and feminine embodiments. Like, I will not be shut down by that or made to feel wrong or shamed or like I'm inciting sexual energy. And that's exactly what I want to talk about. I found that this freedom of being beautiful or sensual or expressing myself got shut down when I was young, like teen, early 20s, because I didn't want someone to look at me and feel aroused or desiring me, and then I didn't want them, and then I was to blame. And then I was made to feel like I was wrong. They wanted me, and it was my fault. And that really led to me shutting down, like expressing, dressing certain ways, dancing, that kind of thing. So, you know, when I was younger, I remember going out, like, for the first time being like, oh my gosh, like, so excited and, like, wild, like, running around like an excited little fairy, and didn't drink or do drugs, didn't even know about that stuff. And people would be like, what are you on? I'm like, nothing, yeah. And it's that being alive, you know, being excited for life and being turned on for life, you know. It doesn't mean I'm horny and I want to fuck everyone. It means I love life. I'm excited by this. I'm excited by that. I love hearing this music. This thing makes me feel good. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all feel like that. We're all human and we're all sensual, sexual beings, and we have this playfulness that wants to come out. And yet, because of feeling like, I'm just going to put this down a little bit, my arm. I'm not used to doing video blogs. Oh yeah. And because of having that energy of, it's my fault if someone thinks that when I'm expressing myself, I want that attention. So I'm really choosing to awaken that goddess energy, that queen energy, and express that in the world and not make it mean anything. Like, it's okay. It's okay to be me, and it's okay to be a sensual being and a playful being and an expressionate being wherever I am. And I am not to be responsible for how other people react. And I don't need to let my perceivement of how others could act, a few people could act, I'm not going to let that shut down an aspect of myself. Because everyone can see something differently. Because of their cultural background, their family background, the belief systems in their head. So everyone sees something differently. So I'm not going to allow room for someone else, my perceivement of someone else's stuff to stop me from being myself. And also, I know the energy that I'm coming from as well. Because sometimes there might be the feeling of wanting that attention. So of course, express it. No shame there. But then sometimes we just feel like we want to express ourselves, and there isn't that sexual energy and there isn't that wanting to make a sexual connection or anything like that. So I think because people aren't used to seeing it, because so many people are held back from fear and fear of judgment, and sexuality or sensuality or expression has been shut down for such a long time, that because people aren't used to seeing it, they think, or some people could think, that it's something else. So one of those guys thought that because I was expressing myself and enjoying myself and being alive, that I was wanting that sexual attention. And he might not have ever seen anything to have another reference point. He might not have ever seen someone doing that and just being like, I'm just here to have fun. I'm just here to be playful and like enjoy myself. So he might have just thought, what I know of when I see this kind of behavior, it is this. So then instantly thought that. So I'm not going to make him wrong and be like, what a pig, like blah, blah, blah. No, like he just didn't know any better. And if there were more people expressing themselves when they felt it, you know, dancing wherever they wanted, or singing, or just expressing themselves through however, if there were more people doing it, there would be less like, oh, this is that, like, this is a sensual thing. Like, they'd just be like, oh yeah, that person's just expressing himself, whatever. Just like how in Byron, not wearing a bra is like no big deal, because so many people do it. So there's not this like taboo-ness there. It's not this the energy getting misconstrued. So it's great for this to have happened, because my being could have thought, you know, it's very quiet in the mornings, no one will see me doing it here, or, you know, it's safe to do it. And yet this is the first time that I've had a comment like that. And also, that's something that has shut down that feminine energy in me, because not wanting to be blamed or shamed. And so this was happening for me to move through this fear and to be empowered, and then to share this with the rest of the world, because, you know, it's not something that I've shared before. And that's why I'm excited to talk about it, is because I want to know, do you resonate with it? Do you feel it? Do you get what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? And if you are, let me know, because I am curious to know what people make of this share. Yeah, and it's just such a nice thing to be able to share a little bit of magic and bust through some fears by some movement, and yeah, spreading that magic and spreading that joy and playfulness just by doing what we feel and having the confidence to do that, really. Because we can say we're something, or we can feel it in our head, but are we allowing the energy to be moved through and expressed in the world? And that can really bring so much sunshine to people's lives and really brighten up people's lives and just make things a little bit different, because it's often this fear of what other people are thinking or how society is, or these judgments that feel like weights coming in, encroach and limit our expression of who we are. We can bust through it by taking that aligned action on what our ideas are and what our feeling inside is, and expressing that. And that builds more confidence in ourselves by doing that kind of thing. And in turn, it takes a level of courage and confidence to do it. So it's this beautiful interwovenness. So share what you think of this, and if you've had any realizations, or if you understand what I'm saying, you resonate, you got a comment, share it below, because I'm really interested to know. All right, have a beautiful day.